Everyone wants success, but very few are living and building the habits that eventually sets them up for success. Here are 10 productivity tools, you could also call them hacks, that set you up for success if you decide to apply them in your everyday life. 1. Wake up early and with purpose. And not just waking up early, you need to wake up with purpose in mind. So before you sleep, the previous day, it's important for you to get a list of maybe 3 things minimum that you will want to do tomorrow that will move you closer to your goal, move you closer to the kind of income you want to earn, move you closer to the kind of skills you want to have, move you closer to the kind of opportunities that you want to experience. You need to wake up. There's no scientific proof as to if waking up early or late makes you wealthy or makes you successful. But productivity experts have made us understand that when you wake up early with a clear mind, it helps you do 3 things. It helps you to structure your day, it helps you to prioritize, and it gives you more control of your entire day. So one way to be productive, I say again, is wake up early and have a clear purpose in mind for that day. 2, have a workspace. And when I mean have a workspace, I mean you should intentionally try to create a space in your home. It doesn't have to be one very big space or something out of this world, but our brain has a way of connecting our environment to action. Psychologically, your environment tends to send signals to your brain about what to do, such that when you sit down in that space that you have crafted for yourself, your brain is giving you the signals of it's time to get work done. That's why if you sleep on your bed or if you sit on your bed, your brain is getting the signals of, oh, it's time to sleep. So even if you are reading while on your bed, you may eventually sleep off because your brain is getting conflicting signals. A 2018 study by the Journal of Environmental Psychology found that people who worked in consistent, organized workspaces showed higher concentration and task engagement than those working from random spaces daily. Every time I go to a place, maybe a hotel to spend the night, probably I'm going from one location to the other, one of my requirements is that I always need to have a workspace, or at the barest minimum, a chair and a table. What does this help me do? I'm able to sit, I'm able to think, I'm able to read, I'm able to meditate. Also, try to make sure your space is neat. Try to have good lighting. And good lighting doesn't mean you need to have expensive tripods and all of that. It could just even be you opening your window for the natural light to flow in. And that already gives you the lighting you're looking out for. So try to have a productive space in your home. 3, try to get a smartphone. It doesn't have to be a very expensive, maybe the latest Samsung brand or the latest iPhone brand. No, an affordable smartphone is fine. I know it may not be so easy, maybe financially and all of that, but most of the opportunities you are seeking for, you may need to get them through your smartphone. And even if you access these opportunities without your online presence, when you eventually get the job, when you eventually are assigned a task, your boss or your colleagues may want to communicate with you, and it's not every time they will have the patience to dial your number. Maybe they just want to drop a chat on WhatsApp. So a smartphone, I can assure you, is a productivity tool you need in this age and time. You see, smartphones have redefined what it means to be productive in today's world. Think about it. With just one device, you can apply for jobs, you can attend virtual interviews, you can learn new skills, manage your schedule. You can even collaborate with different teams across the continents, all from your pocket, all from a small device. For young professionals, that's not just convenience, that's access. You have access like no other time. Speed and even opportunities combined in one place. A smartphone turns downtime into productive time. Whether it's listening to insightful podcasts while commuting, whether it's talking to people, across different continents and places, whether it's taking an online course during a lunch break or connecting with mentors and communities, a smartphone is all that you need in this age and time. According to a Pew Research Center, a research done in 2023, the report says that professionals who actively use smartphones for task management, learning, and networking are 30 to 40% more likely to achieve their career goals faster. Similarly, studies by LinkedIn Learning show that mobile learners complete courses at a higher rate because learning is accessible anytime and anywhere. So my third productivity hack to you is get that smartphone. 4, decide on a skill to learn if you don't have one. And even if you have one, who says you cannot learn another? Spend 1 to 2 hours daily learning a particular skill for 3 months. And I can assure you that you'll be better than most people who are already doing that thing. When you decide on a specific skill to learn, you give your time, focus, and energy a clear-cut direction. Instead of spreading yourself thin across multiple distractions, you channel your efforts into something that builds value. That decision alone creates discipline, structure, and measurable progress. And all these are key ingredients for productivity. Learning a skill gives you a sense of purpose and a reason to wake up and stay consistent. It transforms idle time to growth time. Whether it's mastering data analysis, public speaking, digital marketing, graphics design, whatever it is you decide to learn, what you are learning keeps you productive and less likely to procrastinate. So, deciding on a skill isn't just about learning something new. It's about creating focus, momentum, and a personal growth system that keeps you productive every single day. 5, attend events. It could be seminars, it could be free conferences, it could be a career summit, it could be a church youth conference or an industry meetup. But your environment shapes your exposure, and your exposure shapes your elevation. One of the most underrated ways to grow is to attend events. Not just to take pictures, selfies, no, or to collect souvenirs, but to actually learn and connect to people that could change or transform your destiny in a positive way. Studies show that 85% of jobs today come through networking. You might think you are just sitting in an audience, but one conversation, one idea, or one contact can shift your direction in life. So if you hear of a free seminar, a conference, or a workshop in your field, sure, sometimes your next level won't come through an application. It will come through a handshake. So when you see that next event, do all you can to show up, because showing up may be the source of your next elevation. Hack number 6, collaborate instead of competing. You see, poverty ends faster when you learn to collaborate. You need to find people doing what you admire and offer to help them. Whether it's for free or in a very cheap or affordable way, just learn and build those connections. Collaboration over competition drives real productivity. When you choose to work with people instead of against them, you share knowledge, you reduce stress, and you build momentum faster. It shifts your focus from proving yourself to producing results together. A Stanford study found that people who feel they are working collaboratively stay 64% longer on tasks and deliver better outcomes. When you stop competing and start collaborating, you know what happens? Productivity becomes collective and progress becomes unstoppable. So my message to you, you want to be productive? Then learn to collaborate. In fact, it is better to hold 1% of something than 100% of nothing. And that 1% you will get through collaboration. 7, set weekly or monthly money targets. You heard that right. Either weekly or monthly. Set a target of how much money you desire to earn. And when you do that, it helps you to start thinking about something called value exchange. Money flows in the direction of exchange of value. If you want to rise, you need to stop thinking survival and start thinking about how you can exchange value. What can I give? What can I do that in exchange I can get money or something profitable for me in return? Survival says, I need help. That's why you go around begging people to help you. Value says, I can help. Do you get the difference? So stop thinking like, oh, I need help from people. Instead, ask yourself, how can I help people? And in exchange, money will flow in my direction. The truth is that people don't pay for needs. They pay for value, The world rewards those who solve problems, not those who complain about them. There are problem spotters and there are problem solvers. The world recognizes you when you're a problem solver. Every time you ask for something, ask yourself, what am I bringing in return? That's how people start noticing you, trusting you, and paying you their hard-earned money. In this season, if you really desire to be productive, obey this hack number 7. Stop chasing money, start chasing value, and then money will follow in return. Hack number 8, avoid energy drainers. Did you hear that right? Energy, there are some things that drain the energy out of you. Cut down on endless arguments, social media noise. You have to comment on every trend. You have to give hot takes, unproductive company. You need to cut down on energy drainers if you are going to be productive in life. You can't grow around people who mock growth. I mean, what you mock, you cannot achieve. What you mock, you cannot have. What you mock, you cannot attain. If you are constantly surrounded by drama, gossip, or negativity, your mental bandwidth gets hijacked. Energy drainers don't always shout. Sometimes they just quietly kill your focus. Your energy is your fuel. Don't waste it proving points to people who don't even have direction. Not everyone deserves access to your energy. Guard it like it pays your bills, because he actually does. 9, document your progress. You see, one thing I've learned is this. If you don't track your progress, you will start to believe you are not making any. Life moves fast, and sometimes it feels like you are not growing. But the truth is, you are actually growing. You just haven't been documenting it. That's why I always say, keep a small growth notebook. It doesn't have to be fancy, beautiful, just a simple book where you write what you learned, what you earned, and even what you failed at every week. Research shows that people who track their progress are over 40% more likely to reach their goals because it keeps them aware, intentional, and grateful. Personally, I've had to keep something called a journal where I track progress on everything I've had to do from time to time. When you write things down, your brain registers it differently. You begin to see patterns where you are improving and where you need to adjust. Remember, it is what you measure that grows. Start documenting your journey. Your future self will thank you for it. We finally got to number 10. If you're still watching this, then it means you're on your way to becoming that productive guru. So, hack number 10. Stay hungry but grateful. You heard that right? You need to stay hungry, but you have to remain grateful. You know, one thing life has taught me is this. Poverty doesn't end with pity. It ends with persistence. So you have to be consistently and persistently hungry. Hungry for growth, hungry for success, hungry to move to the next level from wherever you are at the moment. You can't cry your way out of lack. You climb out one effort, one improvement, one small win at a time. But here's the balance. While you stay hungry for more, stay grateful for where you are. Because gratitude keeps your heart grounded even while your mind is reaching higher. Sometimes we get so focused on what we don't have that we forget how far we have come. But every small progress, every bill you paid, every lesson you learned, every day you didn't quit, that's a win, my dear. When you celebrate those small wins, you build the strength to go for bigger ones. Hunger pushes you forward, but gratitude keeps you sane. So, stay hungry but focused. But never forget to pause, look back, and say, I'm not where I used to be, but I am moving forward daily, one step at a time. Because that's proof that your life is moving forward. So, I hope you listen to all 10 productivity hacks. I want you to not only listen to them, I want you to implement them. Make them a part of your life. And I see you becoming that very productive person. My name is Ekene Otugeme. Cheers to more productivity ahead. Like, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.